What's going on, family? It's the Field Level, the football podcast of the West Coast. I'm Pat. That's CT right there, man. Quanah's going to be able here to join us a little bit shortly, a little bit later. CT, man, how you doing tonight, bro?
I'm blessed, man. I'm all good. I see you got the tree in the background, real festive with that Christmas spirit. I dig it.
You know, ain't no presents yet, you know, so we real bland, you know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? We do got the tree up, man. Bulbs on there, lights is popping, lights is shining. Man, but we ready, man. We ready to get it going tonight. It's time to really dive in, man. We're gonna talk this wild, wild west talk tonight. But before we get into that, man, you know I like to start the podcast off. I like to get us going. And letting the Field Level family know what's going on in the Field Level Fantasy Football League. The reason why I do this, man, is because I really want you all to be a part of it next season, man. If you have any aspirations to be a fantasy football guru, the Field Level Fantasy is for you. Even though it seems as though a lot of us aren't doing too hot, but you know, we still got to keep it trucking. We still got to keep it. Still got to keep it going here, man. So let's just go through it. I'm gonna run down. I think everything has not been finalized yet. I must say, everything has not been finalized yet. Why? Well, because Baltimore and Pittsburgh played today. How weird was that, though, CT? I think they played like 1:30.
And it was a Wednesday.
Like 1:30 on a Wednesday, man. That was an interesting game, man. 1:30 on a Wednesday. The Packers. The Steelers, bro. It just seems as though they're destined to be beat, but ain't nobody doing it, bro. It's like ain't nobody doing it. Hey, man, Roy, what's going on with you, man? What's going on, Roy? Happy to see you on the pod tonight, as well as Greg. Yeah, fantasy football next year, man. You got to get on. It's going down. As it reads, man, top to bottom, number one seed, we're better than you. That is my guy, Jay. He played Donald P. Long. A shellacking. Jay won that game 174 to 63. 174 to 63. What's going on, Juan? In further news, Miles played CT. Miles won that game 161 to 100. Who was his high, man? Sheesh, that was crazy. Tyreek Hill, 57 points. Tyreek Hill dropped that 57 burger on you, CT, so I ain't even mad at it. You know, it is what it is. Next on the docket, Quan played Pops, and he played Big Ken's team. Pops won that game 159 to 109. And then it was me and Sadi, head to head. You know, Sadi had two people playing tonight. Call me the squeaker. That's my new name. It's a squeaker. I'm gonna squeak out wins as much as I can. I was able to overcome Saudi 141 to 138. Probably game of the week if you go by the standard of the the closest of that game. Definitely, I would say is a game of the week. So yeah, man, just happy to be back on the pod tonight. I got my Five Guys milkshake, ready. Banana.
Okay.
Getting my my fruits and vegetables in.
That potassium, I see you.
Getting my potassium going, man. But we're going to just hop right in on tonight, man. Quanah hop on with us in just a moment. As I say, Quanah hop on with us in just a moment. Ding dong. What's going on, Q? How you feeling, bro?
Yo. I'm doing good. Field Level family. Sorry I'm late. Just got home from little man practice, but we here.
Hey, that's all that matter, man. We here for another one. CT, I'm going to leave you in the top right tonight, CT. I don't feel like changing it. I'm going to just leave you there. That's your spot tonight.
I didn't even know you could do that. That's cool.
I mean, I can do what I want to do, I got the program. But anyway, man, let's just jump right into it on tonight. Hot topic of the night. We got a couple hot topics to get to. Number one, as you all know, the city of Santa Clara shut the 49ers down. No contact sports in Santa Clara County, which meant no contact for the professional San Francisco 49er football team. With that being said, the San Francisco 49ers scrambled around to try to figure out what they were going to get done in an effort to be prepared for a very tough game against the Buffalo Bills this week. The 49ers have decided we're going to pack up the truck and we're going to go on down to Phoenix, and they will be playing at State Farm Stadium in in Phoenix, Arizona, the home of the Arizona Cardinals. They'll be down there for a couple weeks, CT, and it's a situation where they're also staying, I believe they're staying at the Renaissance Hotel down there, and they'll be practicing on the same fields that Arizona used for training camp. So they'll still be pretty close to the stadium. They're going to do it like a bubble system, pretty much the same thing they were doing here, on top of the fact that everybody traveled with them. So I see on what you just said. So we all know that Brandon Ayuk, DJ and Willis are back this week. So how do you feel, CT, about what the 49ers are going through and having to get on the road basically for the rest of the season pretty much, and finish this thing out on the road with the final games coming down?
Well, you know what? Just when you think that it can't get any stranger, any worse, however you want to slice it, something new always happens every single day, every single week with this team. Name a team that's went through as much as the 49ers have. Over 80 million on the IR. You're playing with your second and third string, sometimes your fourth and fifth. People straight off the practice squad are starting cornerbacks 1 week. There's so many different variances. And obviously everybody's been affected by COVID, so I'm not going to use that as a crutch or an excuse or anything like that. But look how it hit this team. There was no cancellation or rescheduling of the game with the Packers, yet it happened for other teams. I'm not salty. I'm just saying that was interesting. I have to give the organization, our leader, Kyle Shanahan, man, how can you day to day deal with a lot of these things? You lost your star defensive player early in the year. Mm-hmm. Your quarterback's play has been in and out. You've been bouncing between your second and your third string. You don't really know what you got, but you got to stick with the second because that's probably the best option at this point. Like, you had to trade Quan Alexander, who was really that fireball for you, but you had players that were, going to do a better job overall long-term for you financially. You invested a lot in the D Ford. D Ford may never even play, for the Niners again. It sucks. So to be honest, to deal with all of that and to still be in a position where you could make a playoff run, and, speaks volumes about the organization, the locker room, all of that stuff. And I made a comment a few weeks ago. I'll just say, I called them out. I said that there's something wrong in the locker room, and I said that they would potentially be on the hot seat had they not went to the Super Bowl last year. That's egg on my face, dude. This is a great culture. It's a great situation. They're resilient, and what I was looking for even at that point in time was the fight and the effort. And you've seen that over the last few weeks, so I'm very pleased with that, regardless of how things fall for us. I think we'll overcome it, and we'll just deal with it as it comes because we've been doing that. We're built for it.
No doubt about it, man. I think even what you just said, man, it was kind of crazy to even think back. It feels like we lost Nick Bosa like a year ago. Like, it seems like this season, from the time Nick Bosa went down, the time, why did that man name just Solly? The time Solly went down, that just seems so long ago. And it really isn't in the grand scheme of things. But this team has been through test after test after test. Like you said, over 80 million on injured reserve. I think I heard something, I think the other day, and could be wrong, but I believe it's correct. Their active roster sits at 41.
Come on, man.
Like, you're supposed to have 50 on your active roster, and some teams are, fighting to keep guys off the active, and the 49ers are sitting at 41 players active, which is quite crazy. Like you say, just another nail in the coffin, so to speak, for the Niners having to finish out on the road. It plays a huge part. When you are away from, I remember last year, I don't know if you guys remember the amount of complaints that came from guys like Richard Sherman and those guys that said, you know what, I want to be with my family, man. Like, when they spent that week in Youngstown, that was a huge deal. It was a huge deal for those guys last year. Then you look now, and you literally can be on the road for the rest of the season. Like, you literally cannot be home for the rest of the season. I know Kyle came out and said, by hook or by crook, we're going to have our families with us, be it there or here for Christmas. But at the same time, dude, that's different. Like, you know what I mean? When you got to fly your family out to spend Christmas in a hotel in Arizona, and or you just are away that whole time. Now, it could be a gift and a curse in the same vein. I have to say this, and I'll pass it over to Quan. It could be a situation where these guys are laser focused. There's nothing else to focus on. There's literally nothing else to do but to get ready and prepare for football games. So I'm interested to see what happens and how that culture either strengthens or weakens, or the morale either strengthens or weakens during this moment in time. But it is an intriguing story to follow and see how it all folds out. Quan, how do you feel?
You know, the point that you hit on about this team might have a gift and a curse about, all there is now to focus on football. I think that's key, because you guys have the leadership in that locker room. Of course, you have it in the upstairs with John Lynch being a former player, former Hall of Famer at that, and Kyle been to the highest level as far as the Super Bowl, and you guys have a Super Bowl captain on your team. You guys have leadership in that locker room to where you can get this kind of transition. You guys can be laser focused, and you guys will be all right because you guys have good leadership inside and outside the locker room. So I think you guys will be okay to make a playoff sort of push. As far as the traveling, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know what it's like, because I don't. They're going through something none of us can really, fathom. But I think going to Arizona, being that it's Arizona, it's not, for one, it's not that far, and for two, you're playing you're going to be playing in a dome, which I think is good, because at this time of the year, weather conditions, it might rain out of nowhere. You guys play outside. I think this might be a good time for you guys to really see the best Niners we can without any ailments of the weather, without anything going on. You guys will have a pretty stable foundation as far as your home away from home, so to speak. And I've been to the Cardinals Stadium last year. Our youth football team went on a tour there, and it's state of the art. It is state of the art, just like the Niners Stadium, just it's indoors. So right. I think you guys should make somewhat of a smooth transition, even though it's weird at that. And by the way, no, CT, you were right. I don't think no one's going through what the Niners are going through as far as as many players on IR. The only team I could think that may come close would be the Patriots. Now, it may not be an IR situation, but they had 8 starters opt out at the very beginning, so they didn't even have them for nothing, no games, not even a stretch. And then with everything that got going on with a new quarterback going in there with Cam and all that. So I think you guys are battle tested. And you guys are in contention to make a playoff push, and that's all that matters. You guys have a chance. You need some help, but you have a chance, and that's all you can ask for.
No, definitely.
Let me dive real quick.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, did you guys hear what Jerry Jones said on his radio show about the Broncos quarterback situation?
What'd he say? Because I want to talk about that later. What'd he say?
So, obviously we know what happened with the Broncos. They had no quarterbacks eligible because of COVID. So they were looking at practice squad players. They ended up using a receiver in that situation. And the question was, do you feel bad for the Broncos and their quarterback situation? He said no, because we had to play with DiNucci.
He did not say that.
That's cold.
He did not say that.
But he a quarterback on your team, bro.
Right. Well, he on the roster, right? He on the roster.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
Jerry out of pocket. Jerry out of pocket, bro.
That's different. That's Jerry Jones for you, man. But Quan, going off what you were talking about, because you dived in and you talked about the playoffs. You talked about us potentially having a playoff aspiration and could potentially find ourselves in the playoffs. And I wanted to talk about the playoffs because this playoff picture going into this year is quite intriguing. It's very intriguing, to say the least. On the AFC side, right now, you have the Chiefs that are a lock, right? The Chiefs are winning the AFC West again. Such is life, is what it is. Can't really combat those guys at this point. It's over and done with. But then it becomes interesting because at the bottom of that playoff picture, it's been expanded this year to 14 teams. You have the Colts that's sitting right there at 7-4, as well as the Dolphins sitting at 7-4. But right behind them are the Raiders sitting at 6-5. And then even honestly, the Broncos, crazy enough, are still in it. With the 4-7 record, they're still in it because you have the Patriots, which are 5-6. They can drop some. You have the Ravens, which are 6-5. They can drop a couple. and then the Raiders. The situation, like I said last week with the Raiders, we got to see how they move forward. I think the Raiders, as it pertains to this playoff picture, this week's game is so huge for them, and it's kind of weird to say that because it's the Jets, right? It's like, oh, it's the Jets, no big game, no big deal. These guys haven't won a game this year. But this game is monumental because if the Raiders lose this can get tricky. You know what I mean? This can be, it's almost kind of like that proverbial fork in the road for the Raiders right now, where if you lose this, you guys are on a slide, or if you get this win handily, you get yourself working back up into the playoff picture and seeing if you guys can take that 7th and final spot. But I think that, realistically, out of the AFC, all you're going to get is the Chiefs and the Raiders. You're not going to get another team in there. I don't think that the Broncos make up any ground and really get in there. Would it make for great talking if it happened? Yeah, but I just don't see the Broncos making up that hedgeway and getting in the playoffs. But right now, like I said, this week is so important to the Raiders. Quan, would you agree?
I agree 100%. I think even before the Falcons lost, this was going to be a huge game just because how the Jets only had, I want to say 2 or 3 wins when we played them last year, and they embarrassed us. So I think we were going to come in, laser focused anyway. But, let's break this down a little bit more, okay? You mentioned 14 teams in the playoffs this year, 7 teams each conference, okay? 4 division winners automatic, right? So you got the Chiefs in the West, they're locked. You have the Steelers in the North, locked. You have, as of now, the Bills locked as of right now. And then you have the Titans as a lock. So only 3 teams can get in a wild card. The Browns would be a wild card at 8-3 right now. So they're going to get the first wild card spot.
That's so terrible.
I know, right? But they're 8-3, man. Hey, you are what your record says you are.
Right.
So they're going to get the first playoff spot. The second one's going to probably go, as it is right now, to the Colts, and the third will go to the Dolphins. So the Raiders, if it ended today, the Ravens and the Raiders would not be in it.
Right.
So we really don't have any margin for error because I don't think 10-6 is going to get us in there. We're going to have to be 11-5, hoping that the Colts drop maybe 2 games, the Dolphins could drop 2 games, which is possible because the way they flip-flopping their quarterbacks, who knows what's going to happen. And then the Ravens are right there with us as well. So, and by the way, we play the Dolphins and the Colts left on our schedule, the Raiders.
Huge.
So we need to win this game, and we need them to drop one, but we play them both. So really, the Raiders control their own destiny, and that's probably what Gruden is preaching to them right now, that, hey, we control our fate. You know what I'm saying? 2 of the teams in front of us, we play still. So no room for error, man. We got to get it done. But that's the whole AFC playoff picture in a nutshell. I know you guys will go through the West, but yeah, man, it's close.
Go ahead, see.
Hey, Q, I got a quick question for you, my brother. Do I get a pass because Tua had a thumb injury and he couldn't play last week?
You know what? Would he have sat out? Okay, look. Would Tua have sat out with this thumb injury if he wouldn't have got pulled the game before?
All I know is his thumb really hurts.
It really hurts. Oh, okay, but look, Pat, if you wouldn't mind, while you guys go over the NFC real quick, because this is going to answer CT question, can you look up Ryan Fitzpatrick's numbers on their last game?
Yeah, no problem. I mean, what else am I here for? I could definitely do that. Call me statistician Pat.
I can't even say that word 3 times fast. I'm not even
he was 24 at 39, 257, 2 tugs.
That's better than any other 3 games Tua started. That's much better.
Oh,
so he was also playing the Jets. Can we just put that out there?
Yeah, that
is a fact. But
you definitely got to take that into consideration. I don't need you out here giving out or painting false narratives.
What game did Tua get benched against? What game was that?
That was the
last week.
Yeah, that was the Broncos.
Okay, they got a much better D. But hey, man, I'm just saying though.
Yeah, because Tua beat the Rams, Cardinals, and Chargers.
but he didn't do nothing. Never mind. Let's not go there. Let's not do it because the special teams and the defense gave him 2 touchdowns against the Rams, and he only had like. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. Let's not do this tonight.
Against the Cardinals, he 28, 248, and 2 tugs.
Yeah, that's very nice. That's very nice.
It's very comparable.
I'm not gonna hate. That's very nice.
Very comparable. Let's jump over to the NFC playoff picture. This NFC playoff picture is nuts.
Don't make no sense.
I don't know who's going to be in the playoffs. The time playoffs come, what really messes me up and throws me off is I just personally believe, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, or in the comments, everybody that's watching. I just believe that this year the NFC East should be like, you know what, we don't even want a team in the playoffs. Like y'all add an extra one,
right?
Because right now the Giants are the 4th seed in the playoffs at 4-7. That is, I mean, come on, bro.
You know what's funny, man? As bad as they are, since they're gonna have a team in there, I got a feeling somebody gonna get their butt hurt, and they gonna get, you know what I'm saying? They gonna get exposed by a 4-17.
Well, the thing is, okay, so top seed to have a bye, right? So 2 would end up playing 7, 3 would end up playing 6, 4 would end up playing 5. So as it stands right now today, the Giants would play the Rams in the first round if the playoffs shook out that way. However, can I say that it can be very well possible that every team in the NFC West is in the playoffs?
Yeah, as it is right now, it is definitely possible.
It's a definite possibility. The reason being is because right now, you have the 8th, 9th, and 10th seed. All are 5 and 6. It's the Vikings, Bears, and the 49ers. They're all 5 and 6. But then when you get into these playoff teams, you have Arizona at 6 and 5. You have Tampa Bay at 7 and 5, and the Rams at 7 and 4. The cool part about this whole scenario, and then you have the Seattle Seahawks, at the 3 spot at 8 and 3. The reason being I say this is that the Niners, I'm automatically, and this is just me, I'm automatically giving them 2 wins. That's going to be against the Cowboys. I just don't see them losing to the Cowboys, honestly, because Ezekiel Elliott is showing that he's not. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So you got
I told y'all like week 3 that something's different.
Yeah, it's the offensive line is different. Yeah, you're right. That offensive line ain't the same no more.
Nah.
So I got to win. I got to win against the Cowboys and the Washington football team. Just my personal opinion. I might be wrong. I might be off because Washington even last year played the Niners very tough. What was that 9-7 last year in that rain mud bowl?
It was nasty.
But I feel like this Bills game is so pivotal, kind of the same way that the Raiders are with the Jets. If the Niners can overcome the Bills, which would be a huge win for them, this can very well come down to Week 16 when you see the Niners at the Seahawks, because the last 2 games of the season for the Niners are the Cardinals and the Seahawks. Those 2 games can be very pivotal in what you see that football team doing. On top of the fact, we talked about this the other night when Chris was on talking crazy and didn't know what he was talking about at all. But it was a situation where I feel as though, Tampa's last few games, the Falcons are playing really tough right now. They got to see those guys twice. The Vikings are playing really tough right now. The Lions aren't a slouch, so to speak. They can win. They can win. So I'm interested to see what happens with Tampa going forward, because this is a situation where Tampa can fall, as well as, let me say this, as well as Arizona's not looking too hot.
They're too much up and down. There's no consistency.
I went back, y'all. I rewatched Arizona versus the Patriots on Sunday.
Yeah.
That game for me personally, it should have been 24-10 Patriots. Y'all seen I don't know if you guys seen the punt return by whatever my guy name is.
Remember I talked about it on Sunday?
Yeah, that peel back block was so clean. Like, dude braced himself to get hit, and it was a blind side. How do you brace yourself to get hit and it's a blind side?
How you blindside somebody and y'all looking at each other?
How do you blindside somebody and you're in front of him?
That's what I'm saying. It was a BS call. Straight.
So I do believe personally, I do believe looking at this, I feel as though the Arizona Cardinals will drop out of this playoff picture.
Really? All the way out?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they'll drop out personally. You know, I'm looking right now, and while I'm looking, CT, you can say your piece. But you know what I'm looking at. I'm sorry, CT, I found it. Can I say it?
Yeah,
say it. All right, for sure. Anyway, I found it, and it looks as though for me right now they're 6-5, right? They got the Rams this week. Who knows? Matter of fact, they got the Rams twice. They got the Giants, which because they lost to the Patriots, I'm not just going to write off the Giants because Wayne Gallman's been balling, Daniel Jones has been doing his thing. We'll see what happens. Philly, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to just go through Philly, but definitely that Rams game twice is very intriguing to me, and then playing the 49ers. So we'll see what happens.
You know, it's going to be a wild ride. It always comes down for us, especially the last, competitive years that we've had in San Francisco, dealing with Seattle at the end. But this division is just stacked, completely. I do see Arizona kind of fizzling out. Thank you for allowing us to use your stadium. Hopefully we can be the winning team there for a while. I don't trust them. I think they'll split with the Rams at least. I think it'll be a long competitive game against the Giants based on the way things have went. I'm sorry, what was the other game they had? Giants. They would play the Rams twice.
Philly.
Philly. What Philly team are you going to get defensively? If that defensive line shows up and they're, getting at Kyler, it could be a long day. And Carson, you just don't know what you're going to get, man. I don't think he's a bad quarterback, but he's definitely not playing at the level they need him to. But there are also some reasons why that offensive line is really paper mached and, mixed up. So, there's a few reasons, man. It's not just him, but, it's always going to fall on the quarterback.
And I definitely hate that. But let me I really do hate that it always falls on the quarterback. I hate that. But let me say something. Pat, would you be ever so kind since you bring up the Giants and you bring up Wayne Gallman? Can you tell CT what I talked to you about a couple of days ago over the phone? I'm not gonna bring that up. I can't bring that up.
That's blasphemy. Field level family. Basically, what Quan came to me with was, and I'll break it down to what he was trying to say. I'm not gonna say the whole thing. He was basically trying to say, is Saquon Barkley not that great because Wayne Gallman is doing what Saquon Barkley wasn't able to do at the beginning of the year? But that's all I'm not gonna touch.
Why would you do that?
No, it's not how I said it.
It's not how you said it, but that's what you were alluding to.
Kind of, but it's not just that blatant. I basically said, look, when the whole thing with Saquon was he doesn't have a line. That's why he's not getting no yards. He having 11 carries for 6 yards. He's not doing nothing.
You're terrible,
but
bro.
Wayne Gallman got the same line, and you're
terrible, man. You're absolutely terrible.
And then at the end, I said he's not Barkley. I'm not saying he's Barkley. Barkley's way better. I'm not even gonna make that comparison. I'm just calling it how I see it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's terrible. I wouldn't tell anybody else that.
Look, if Saquon was playing right now with the way they played competitively week by week over the last few weeks, they would be running away with that division right now, based on the way it is.
Well, what was the problem when he was there?
Oh, here you go.
I mean, first of all, that was Daniel Jones' first real crack, man. He was just getting acclimated. I've seen him more comfortable at this point.
Didn't Daniel Jones start last year, though?
Don't even talk to him, bro. Don't talk to him.
Come on, man. Come on, dude.
Let
his number one receiver last year was Golden Tate.
Okay, hey, well, he's in a doghouse for no reason because he's still making plays. Anyway, real quick before you move on, Pat.
No reason.
What you
got 30? You got 30 seconds, Quan.
Why he in the doghouse?
Quan, you got 30 seconds.
I got 30 seconds. Why he in the doghouse?
Bro, he's been his conduct detrimental to the team, man. He's been out of pocket,
you got
bro.
20.
Yeah, it's some BS. Okay. Anyway, the Niners are just like the Raiders as far as you guys don't have no room for error. You guys got to win out. As tough as it may be. And Pat,
I don't think we got to win out.
I think you have to win out because as it
3
is
and
right
1.
now, because of how you explained it, the Bucks, if they keep playing how they play, they're gonna get the last seed, and they only have
Man, what you just say? If the Bucks keep playing how they playing,
they're gonna have the last seed in the playoffs.
how they
If they're
playing?
playing how they ain't gonna
What
be
you
in the
mean?
They losing.
playoffs.
Yeah, but they have 7 wins already, so they're not like been losing every game. They're not gonna lose out.
Bro, they
don't believe
lost.
that.
They lost 4 out of their last 5.
I don't believe they're gonna lose out. Is what I'm saying. And you guys already have 6 losses. They only have 4, right?
You sounding like Chris. You sound like Chris. They got 5.
No. Okay,
They got 5.
but y'all have 6. And y'all play the
Okay.
Bills this week, and they play they're on the bye week, but they're gonna play next week. I think they play the some week team. I don't know. Look it up. They play somebody week.
Next week? No, I mean they come back with the Vikings.
Right.
And who are hot right now?
Right.
Didn't the Vikings just lose?
No. They
No.
won what, 3 out of 4?
They didn't just lose
Something
last
like that?
week. Didn't they lose last week?
The Vikings, did they lose last week?
Yeah, who they just lose?
Come
to?
on, man. You got me over here. You got me over here in the
My bad,
AFC or the NFC
My bad. I'm sorry.
somewhere else.
I'm sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
It's
Continue.
the field level, the football podcast of the
bad.
West Coast.
My bad.
Now
Continue.
they beat the Panthers.
All right. Anyway, I think you guys
Wow.
have to win. I think you guys have to win out. That's just my opinion.
So the just to give you context as we move on, the Patriots have lost 3 out of the last 4. The Vikings have won 4 out of the last 5. So
Mhm.
just giving you that kind of context.
And
With that
Thiel's
being
coming back.
look, Greg said put some respect on the Vikings name, bro.
Oh, my bad. You won by.
Come on, bro. You got Greg
My
said
bad.
put some respect out there, man.
My fault. My fault.
Where
My fault.
your holiday cheer?
My
Need that
fault.
holiday cheer.
Hey, go Vikes.
Skull. Anyway, let's jump in. I just want to get real quick on the field in the stand segment. I got something I had to say. I want to say it. I know that you guys did not expect me to, but I'm gonna say it anyway. We're gonna do it every week. On the field, Deebo Samuels. He is back. That man is bad. That man is good in a bad way. And I'm excited to see him against the Buffalo Bills this week, who have, I want to say, the 26th ranked pass defense and 24th ranked run defense. I'm interested to see how that looks with Deebo against those boys. I personally believe what I'm going to see is Deebo turn the corner, and I feel it in my soul. He's going to run Tremaine Edmonds smooth over and keep it going. So Deebo, for you, for me to you, welcome to being on the field. In the stands, I've been protecting him. I've been loving on him. I have been singing his praises, even when it was not merited or when it was no cause to do so. But today is the day that I slam you for being absolutely trash. When I say trash, I mean waste management, the green and yellow truck, not even recycleology, not even that. You are smooth race management. I mean, over there off of 3rd, where the garbage dump is, that is where you reside. You are none other than Cameron Newton. Stop dressing like a aristocrat. Stop putting, like, the fact that you have all of your outfits already cartoonized, for lack of a better word, and you post them every single week, and it irritates my life. You can't throw the ball. You can't run the ball. You have no pocket presence. I watched Cam Newton this week literally take the ball, set hut, drop back, 3-step drop, step up into the pocket, all the way into a sack. Did not, like, no pocket presence. He ran into the defender. Dude was standing there, and Cam Newton went to him and said, "Sack me." Cam Newton looks absolutely terrible. Cam Newton, I need you to understand. Next year, guess what, buddy? You won't have a job, and it will be rightfully so.
Hey, do you know he apologized to Josh McDaniels on the sideline too?
He needs to apologize to everybody in the New England Patriot organization. He needs to apologize to everybody that was on the Carolina Panthers. He needs to apologize to the doctor that gave birth to him. All
right. Look, I think we was all singing the Cam Newton praise, but come on, not the Panthers, bro. He took them to the bowl.
Yeah,
he got them to the bowl, bro.
But I'm talking about on the Exodus.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough.
All right, I'm done. I got back to the banana shake.
CT, what you got, bro?
On the field, The entire Niners defense. Coach Robert Saleh. That's my guy, man. He's been doing it, making moves for this team, and really putting them in position to compete every single week. There's been 1 or 2 lapse weeks, of course, but, for the most part, he's kept us relevant and kept us in it. So I'm going with the entire Niners defense, Hyder, Warner all season. You got, Dread Zone? That
Dread Zone.
We saw debut this past week with Richard Sherman and Jason Verrett.
I'm kind of hurt that Emmanuel on the sideline now. That does kind of hurt me. I just want to put that out there.
If they utilize him correctly, sparingly at this point, you'll probably get the most out of him at this particular juncture based on the personnel that you have, even though I think he's a worthy starter and has earned it. But yeah, very proud of them. And I'd say in the stands.
Shout out to Juan.
Shout out to Juan because he's right. Raiders. Look, man, you can't drop that game. Very deja vu of what happened last year. This is the week that you have to make amends and make that right. Otherwise, it's going to be another long season. You better start looking at the draft. So I expect you guys to play well this week, considering, but I will not let you off the hook, and you will be in the stands until further notice.
Well, Rory is right. He said Mosley's going to be playing slot until K1 comes off or comes back, so that is correct. But no, Javon Kinlaw does not deserve in the field. He made 1 play. Calm down. All right, so.
Oh, man.
Hey, man, you're not going to throw no shade at the Raiders.
I'll go with Quan on that one. I'll go with Quan on that one.
Bro, he's improved every single week.
But on the field, it was.
On the field means excellence. He had a good play. I'm not taking away from him.
I'll give it to him.
Come on, man. Come on. Hyder played better than him on the whole game. Honestly.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, then. So he should be on the field then. All right, then. Anyway, Pat took my in the stands because it was definitely going to be Cam. I was finna go in, but he did it for me.
I apologize.
So Juan gave a little hint. I am going with the Raiders, but I'm just going to single out one player because he picked the whole team. I'll single out one guy, Josh Jacobs. He did not run. He did not run the same. I know the Falcons have the ninth ranked rushing defense, but we need you because you are a vital part of our game plan. And he had 2 fumbles. Only 1 was lost, so really 1, but he did fumble twice. We can't have that going for this stretch. And you don't want to have create a habit of fumbling because that's what happened to Zeke. And now people will go to tackle Zeke, one hand punching, the other hand rapping. We don't need that happening. So I think he'll bounce back. But right now, you in the stands with me, buddy. And then on yes. But I'm gonna say on the field, man. Oh my God, I just blanked on it, man. I had it. I just blanked on it.
Can somebody please put Tyreek Hill on the field? I'm just sorry. Like
that I was gonna say Mahomes, but let's go with Tyreek.
I mean, 203 and a quarter, bro.
Let's go with Tyreek. And by the way, can we before we end the show, we got to talk about the Broncos quarterback crap. But Tyreek in the field for sure.
Tyreek on the field, man. So, hey, y'all ready? Hey, field level family, we're going to just hop into it. I want y'all to put some stuff in the comments. Quan, I don't know if you have anything. We just want to really quick run through what's on your mind. If something is troubling you, if something happened this week that you want to discuss or talk about, this is your time, man. Now's the time to get on your computer, get on your phone, get the thumbs are going. Hey, get the keys to tapping. What's on your mind? Is there something that's on there that's really bothering you? And now, Quan, is the perfect time for you to set us off. Tell us how you feel about the Broncos quarterback situation, bro.
We have no what's on your mind but mine. Here we go. I'm going off on Roger Goodell. I'm going off on him, and I'm also going off on the Broncos for not handling their business. So, according to what they say that they didn't postpone the game or reschedule because what the Broncos had was a medical issue. They say if you, I'm sorry, I take that back. They had a kind of a rules issue. They say if you have an outbreak of COVID, which is something that's out of your control, and it's medical reasons like that, like an actual COVID outbreak, they will they will postpone it and reschedule, which is what they did with the Ravens because they had an outbreak. Mm-hmm. They said for the Broncos, it got wind that it was not an outbreak. It was just certain players not being accountable for their actions and following the protocols that they set forth in the league. And then they said, I think it was a day before the game, they got a video was sent to them of the quarterbacks for the Broncos, all three of them, Bortles, Rippon, and Locke, in a meeting. None of them had masks on. None of them. And they were in the meeting for, they said, at least 20 to 30 minutes. So that right there is why they didn't reschedule it, because they're saying it's almost like a discipline. Like, well, we told you we would reschedule it if it was an outbreak. But if you have COVID cases because it's your fault, too bad. And then today the Broncos fined all three of the quarterbacks for their negligence on that rule. So it does tell you a lot that they fined them players because they're like, look, we're not finna take the fall for this. So I'm off on the quarterbacks because, man, y'all got to know better. Y'all got to know better. And before this loss, y'all was in a playoff picture mathematically. You know what I'm saying? So you cannot allow yourself to do that. Second off, though, I also have a back in my mind, maybe 5% this may be true. They also didn't want to postpone. They tried to postpone the Raven game, I think, because they were trying to sneak Lamar in there to keep pushing it back to get Lamar to play because it's ratings. Who doesn't want to see Ravens versus Steelers, Lamar versus Big Ben? So because if you watch the game tonight, it was it was bad until Trace McSorley got his chance. He should have been the second string quarterback to begin with because he obviously brings an element that none of the quarterbacks on the Ravens do, which is throwing the ball from the pocket with accuracy and to the boundary. None of them do that. Even Lamar. We all know Lamar throws over the middle. That's why Mark Andrews is the leading receiver, and right behind him is Willie Snead, who operates in the middle. No, I'm glad Hollywood Brown finally got some love because he's been upset vocally saying, I need some chance. I need some opportunities. 70-yard bomb instantly.
Yeah, Lamar don't throw to the receivers.
He showed.
We know that. We know that. So, CT, anything on your mind, bro?
Trace McSorley to start, baby.
Hey, Trace, best quarterback in Penn State history. Look it up. A few things. Have you heard of DK's new nickname?
I have not.
DK Mandalorian.
What?
Who? Nobody's calling him that.
I swear.
Who said that?
I've seen it all over Bleacher. Pete Carroll came up with that.
Yeah,
but that's trash.
Terrible.
I think I just want to get y'all feedback, man. Who is the best receiver in the league? We've been debating about this for weeks. Who is the best at this juncture? Let's
go.
Get it out there.
Come on, Pat. Wayne Gallman, the best running. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Best receiver in the league. Are we going off of pure numbers or just what we think? What we want? What we think?
What we think?
All right. Anybody want to go first? Because I don't want to make it seem like I'm out there.
Nah, go ahead. It's on you, receiver. You play receiver. Holla at me.
I sure did.
Kinda.
Okay. Do you want to do this right now? I'm tired of taking high school sports focus abuse from y'all.
High school sports focus. Hey, Juan, if you remember that, can you put that in the comments, Juan?
No.
For a year straight, if you're in the Bay Area, there's a high school football. It was a high school. Well, it was all sports, but they all covered all high schools in the Bay Area. And we had our great chance to be on High School Sports Focus. Jefferson High School played Half Moon Bay High School. And it was a running back by the name of Dominic Sena that went to Half Moon Bay. And Quan and Dominic Sena met at the goal line in a very tight game that I was no longer at.
Tell him that part. Tell him that part.
In a very tight game that I was no longer at. But I watched it for the rest of the year. And the way it went is that Dominic Sena, ran the ball up the middle. Quan played free safety for us, came down to meet him at the goal line. And Dominic Sena put his head in Quan's chest. And Quan's chest lost. And Quan's chest turned into his back. And Dominic Sena ran Quan smooth over. And And what
that
High
should have
School
been a
Sports
penalty.
Focus did, was they said, we're going to take that play, and that's going to be the opening to our show for the rest of the year. So for the rest of the year, the opening went High School Sports Focus, and it was just Quan, bang, and that's how it went. But
Hey,
who's the best?
Thank you for that. Shut up, Juan. Hey,
so Juan actually rephrased the question. CT Juan actually rephrased.
Yeah, I like
who
that.
would you start a franchise with at wide receiver?
Go ahead, CT. You can go first.
Devontae Adams. That's my guy.
That's a
Route
good
running,
choice.
big play ability. Early in his career, he kind of had a case of the drop season. That used to annoy me because I know he was more talented than that, but he honed his craft and is somebody that I would trust as my number one. He kind of gives me that Reggie Wayne feel.
I love that. I love that choice. Appreciate that, man. I think that's a really good choice to have. I'm going to come out, and it's going to sound very, very strange, but I have a great rationale behind why I'm saying who would I start a franchise with at wide receiver? And right now, for me, that would be Deebo Samuel. Reason being is that I can utilize that man in so many different ways. Be it in the backfield, being it jet sweep, being it shovel pass, being it deep route, being it over the middle. I can use him in a litany of different opportunities, a litany of different challenges that he places for a defense. So that's why I would start a franchise with today.
I like that.
I knew we were all going to have different answers. That's crazy. I think it depends. It also depends on who your quarterback is.
Very true.
That tells a lot. That's why DK fits so well in Seattle. But I'm gonna go with D Hop. All things being considered, man. I just don't see anything he can do. He can get deep, even though he's not a burner. He can handle all the intermediate routes. He got the hands. He got hands. Mm-hmm. And the one thing I like about him, which Devontae Adams does a great job with this, and Deebo's probably the best out of all the receivers we just said. He doesn't give up after he catches the ball. Mm-hmm. He fights for extra yards. And that's what I like in my receivers. I don't like the receivers who just catch it. As soon as contact comes, you just slide on the ground. I really hate that. That's that Marvin Harrison stuff. I really hate that.
So Greg comes in. Greg says AB. AB. And Juan says, no one better say Mr. Slantman. I'm interested to see who Mr. Slantman is, Juan. Can you let us know who Mr. Slantman is so we can uncover this mystery? I want to know who Mr. Slantman is.
I want to know too.
Yeah, I got to know who that is. Who does he call
Mr. Alligator?
Who's that?
You don't remember Brandon Lloyd?
Hey, don't do that. Quan, remember you called me the other day. Hey, Brandon, don't do that.
Don't you dare be disrespectful.
You know what? Brandon Lloyd is the reason why on Madden they have what they call a spectacular catch.
Man, I know.
That man made some catches. But Juan, while you cue that up, y'all ready? Hey, matter of fact, Juan, congratulations on going 6-1. You get another piece of field level merch. Shout out to you. Can you come? Let me see, because I know you. Send me your address. Either I'm gonna send it to you, or I'll just drop it off to the house. Your shirt. I'll give you your shirt. He's Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill, similar.
Yo, my goodness, what is going on with Tyreek?
Similar to Deebo, but way faster. That's a good one. And then Mr. Slant is Michael Thomas.
That's Drew. You know what he is, but that's Drew Brees' fault. If Drew Brees could push the ball down the field, we might see him do more stuff.
Very true. Very true. All right, y'all ready? So shout out to Juan. Juan won last week. Let's get it going. Y'all ready? Prediction time. That's what y'all all been waiting for. Let's get it in. Hey, tell somebody, tell your friend. Hey, call them up, tag them in the post. If you're on Facebook watching, tag everybody that needs to be tagged to let them know. If you're watching or whatever, go ahead on and call everybody, text them, whatever the case may be. It is prediction time. The ticker is going. The ticker is rolling. First game on the ticker docket that we're looking at is the Cards versus the Rams. The Cards versus the Rams. New setup today. Well, we'll go same old setup. We'll go Pat, Quan, CT. But what we'll do is that we'll go in that order, and then y'all put yours in the comment section. Y'all know how the game go. Let's get it. Pat is on. I am going to go with the Rams in this game. I feel like, honestly, I seen an article the other day, and earlier today, and the article said is the NFL starting to figure out Kyler Murray? I don't know. I can't call it, but he ain't looked good these last couple games, and I got him in fantasy. So asked me how I know. He gave me 8 points. I know. So I'm gonna go with the Rams in this game. I feel like the Rams win this one.
I'm gonna agree with you, Pat. I'm gonna agree with you, except the part you said did they figure out Kyler. The only quarterback who runs a lot that they figured out is Lamar Jackson. Don't disrespect Kyler like that. But I'm gonna go with the Rams, man.
CT.
Definitely go with the Rams on this one. Inconsistencies with the Cardinals make me nervous about them. I know this will be a tight game. I know the Rams are going to be salty, and they respond pretty well after a loss. So I think that they will take this game 24-21.
24-21. He got the Rams. All right, I see on here. I see what we got. We got Greg got the Rams. Rory, Rams. They have the whole division's number except for their daddies, the Niners. I like that. I like the way you say that. My boy Rob comes on. Rob, come in. Rob, man, good to see you, man. We got to get you back on the right track, man. Your number's been down lately. We got to get you back on that winner circle. You won our first ever one, so we got to get you back on that winner circle. Rob comes in and says the Rams. Juan, I'll put your name down here. You tell me who you got in a second. I know you're still on here calling everybody, tell them to get on. So I'll put your name down. We'll hit you up in a second. All right, here we go. Chiefs, Broncos. I know the Broncos quarterbacks did get cleared. I think everybody except for Jeff Driscoll. Mom, come on, Mom. Jeez, Mom.
Mom's out here picking like me, picking with her heart. I'll be doing that.
I don't know what, Mom. I don't know what you doing, Mom. Who did you ask? Did you ask Pops? Don't ask Pops. You don't know what you're talking about. All right, so even though that they got their quarterbacks back and stuff, I still go. You got to go Chiefs. You got to.
Chiefs,
a lot
man.
To a little.
Chiefs. It'll be
a lot to a little.
Well, the Broncos defense is legit. They are legit, but they're gonna lose. So that's all I'm saying. Chiefs.
CT.
Should I do it?
Don't be like me. Don't be like me.
Boy, do what?
Nah, I'm going with the Chiefs on this one, man. It won't be close. 31-21.
It won't be close. 31-21.
You like that?
CT, come on, bro. You gotta do better than that. It won't be close. 31-21.
Should have said 31-3. I need their kicker to kick. I got the kicker in fantasy.
Yeah, if you want me to, I'll do this one. I'll go 34-10. 34-10. All right, so now let's go to the Bucks. My man Greg. Greg, you off to a good start, Greg. Hold on. Just hold on. I know we've been struggling with this. He got the Chiefs. Rob's comes in. Rob got the Chiefs. Mom's back on track, Mom's. Back on track. Way to get back on track. She got the Chiefs. Juan got the Chiefs. And Rory has the Chiefs. Just want to point out, if you pick with Pat, if you pick with Pat pick, you good. You know what I'm saying?
That's a tongue twister.
Yeah, I know. Chantel comes on, and Chantel says Rams. So that was that first pick. Shout out to Chantel picking that first pick, Rams. Second pick, she comes out and says Chiefs. Come on, Chantel. I mean, if you're going to come on strong like that. That's how you come on. You know what I mean? You don't come on easy. You come on like that. Chantel, I see you. Next game on the docket, Pats and the Chargers. Intriguing game. But I will say this. Saudi, I see you say Saudi got the Rams and the Chiefs too. All right. So I will say this. Cam Newton, done. Never riding that train again. That train, yeah. So you know who I'm picking, right?
Pretty much.
Cool. Give me Goldilocks that cut off the locks.
I don't know, man. This is tough because I don't think Cam gonna do nothing. But I don't think that Anthony Lynn I don't know, man. The Chargers always find a way to make every game close. Right. Every single time for no reason. They should blow the Pats out, but I don't think they are. So I always have one weird pick. So this is gonna be it for this week. It's gonna be. I think the Pats can do it. They get to 6-6 and as they try to sneak in the back door of the playoffs, man.
If the Chargers lose this game, Anthony Lynn's fired. Go ahead, CC.
I thought he was the guy. He's both y'all guys, actually, right?
He's fine, but I'm just saying he's fired.
No, okay.
Yeah, it'd be hard for him to survive that. I'm going to go with the Chargers on this one. 28-7. I just don't see the offensive explosion from Cam, man. Jarrett Stidham might need to warm up.
Big Stid?
Brian Hoyer before Stead.
Heck no.
No. You better never play again.
I'm gonna go in the order that I got it written down, man. Craig says Chargers, but he's kind of skeptical on this one.
See, Greg like me.
Greg, just follow me home. Pat was 7-0 last week. Just follow me to the crib. I got you. Rory got it here. Bolts. You know what I mean? We got Rob. Rob got the Bolts. Juan ain't picked yet. Mom's come through. Mom got the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? Bolt up. And she also said that's really Zai, not Chantel, for sure. Apologies. What's up, my guy Zai? So Mom got the Bolts. Chantel, I see you pop back in. Or Zai, whoever it is, Zai. Zai got the Bolts. Then I see Sadi. Sadi says Chargers. Austin Eckler adds balance. It should be interesting. All right, so Bolts it is then.
Well, Pat, you the one that said Austin Eckler should not be leading the team, right?
And catches? No.
He bet not this week.
Yeah, I don't. Well, yeah, no, I don't believe that. All right, so that's that one. We done with that. All right, let's jump over. Jets versus the Raiders.
Oh my God. They bet not.
Sam Darnold's still not back, right? Yeah.
No, he is. He played last week.
Dang.
He threw no touchdowns and 2 picks.
I'm going Raiders. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be that guy.
You definitely did. You didn't want to. You didn't say that with conviction.
I never pick the Raiders with conviction.
What?
It always hurts my heart to pick the Raiders.
They bet not lose to the Jets. I will not join the show Sunday for the weekend if they lose.
So you picking the Raiders?
I have to. I'm picking the Raiders. We need this win.
All right. CT.
We got the Raiders in this one, 24-10. Frank Gore will go over 75 yards.
The fact that he predicted that.
Oh, by the way, one of our starting D tackles, Malik Collins, is on IR, but we are getting Cleveland Farrell back this week. They said he's going to play a lot of snaps at D tackle.
No one
what?
cares. Greg, after the way the Raiders played, I'm leaning to the Jets, but I want to win, so I'm going Raiders.
Come on, Greg. Come on, Greg.
Rory, I know Rory, it hurts me too to pick the Raiders, so I know you over there hurting as well, man.
Come on,
Rob.
Stick it to y'all.
Rob enjoys himself picking the Raiders.
Come on, Rob.
Rob, I feel bad, man, because you're a Raider fan that lives in New York. You know nothing about – never mind.
Hey, Raider Nation goes everywhere.
Hey,
Raider Nation everywhere.
Hey, shout out to my mom, man. Shout out to my mom.
Moms, how dare you?
Mom, come through and pick the Jets. She might win this week just off of that pick. Bro.
How dare you?
Just off of that pick, moms might take it.
Okay.
Where we got Zai / Chantel picks the Raiders. Who else do I got? I got Sadi. Sadi says expect to get a big game from Denzel Mims.
Okay. In garbage time. Okay. All right.
But Sadi does pick the Raiders.
Y'all over here having too much fun at my team expense for real.
Juan picks the Raiders and says Henry busts Ruggs.
What?
Have a big game.
Pat, seriously?
What happened?
Wow, bust?
Somebody said something?
He's definitely not a bust. He's definitely not a bust.
He said bust because he moves. That's what he said.
He's definitely not a bust.
All right, we got 49ers and the Bills. Tough game, tough, hard-fought game. This game will be decided by 7 points or less. I even dare to say 3 points or less. But I'm going to stick with my guys. I'm going Niners. Niners over the Bills, 27-24.
You guys have to win out, in my opinion. This is probably the one game that I will say you guys upset. I'm gonna go Niners here.
Welcome home.
No, ain't no welcome home. Just
That boy, hey, you realize when that boy picked the Rams, his allergies kicked in. I mean, he picked the Niners, and the allergies start kicking in. Look, he crying.
Yo,
you ain't never been this happy. You ain't never been this happy in your life.
It's a good feeling, man. Embrace it. Embrace it.
Yeah, ain't good.
What it is, man. What it is, what it was, what it's gonna be like.
It's gonna be a tough one. I do worry about the mobile quarterback situation with Josh Allen. Diggs has always been somebody that we've had to, deal with and struggle somewhat. I do believe that the dread zone will make that a little easier. I think Jimmy Ward's going to be, all in Josh Allen's neck. I think we have versatile linebackers that will be able to take him, out of the game potentially. So not in a physical or hurtful way, but like in a scheme way. I'm not wishing that on nobody. But But I got us winning 28-21.
28-21 for sure. Dread zone. All we're gonna do with Stephon Diggs though, drop that cover 3, the high cover 3 palms. Greg, you were going to have a good week until you just made the biggest mistake of your pick section. You were doing so well, and then you picked against us. That's what
I wanted to pick right there. Greg, right? That's what I wanted to pick, but you guys are in the must-win, so I think you guys will respond.
Greg tripping. We already know who Rory picked. We already know how Rory picked that.
The Raiders.
Rob, of course.
That's my dog right there.
That does not surprise me.
That's
that Rob.
my dog right there.
That does not surprise me at all. Juan,
we know why you're doing that, Rob.
49ers 24-21 fresh legs on D-line for deeper rotation. Very good point. And Ayuk to come and help open up Debo for sure. For sure.
Y'all just not giving no respect to them corners over there. I mean, they do got Trey White. You know what I'm saying?
They're the 26th ranked pass defense in the NFL. How many teams are in the NFL?
That's as a whole. I'm talking about the corner, though.
But
we can stay away from them just like they stay away from Ramsey.
Yeah, exactly. It's called, you know what they call that, Quan? Scheme.
Okay, so if you stay away from him, that means you're going to stay away from the receiver over there, which is going to be either Ayuk or...
No, it doesn't.
Why I don't?
Put Kendrick Bourne over there.
You just switch it up. Yeah.
Oh, so you going to try to...
So what we're going to do is, this is what we're doing. Debo and Ayuk play together. I always got to learn you. Always got to educate. When Debo and Ayuk play together, what happens is 9 times out of 10, Debo will line up in the side, Ayuk will line up on the outside opposite Kendrick Bourne. Those are your 3 starting receivers. So you move the scheme around to make sure that he's away from Trey White. And even if Ayuk was with Trey White, I do believe Trey White is having a pretty much a down year. By the way,
you better go watch out for that Bill slot corner, Taron Johnson. I'm just saying.
They're the 26th ranked pass defense.
Hey, I'm rooting for y'all. I'm just telling you.
My mom, something happened. She fell off the bed and bumped her head. So she picked Bills. Chantel. This got to be Chantel because I didn't do this. Yeah, Chantel picked the Bills because I wouldn't do that. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. And then Sadi, Niners 17-14. Good score, Sadi.
That's
good
close.
Score. Good score. I like that score. I wouldn't even be opposed to a 9-7 score.
Robbie Gold, baby.
Yep, I like that score a lot.
Whew, allergies.
Here we go. Next on
Niner talk.
Next on the docket is Hawks Giants. Final game of the night. Hawks Giants. Giants ain't got enough.
Excuse me again. Sorry about that, y'all. Seahawks. I don't even think Daniel Jones is going to play this game. He out, so it's going to be Colt McCoy versus Russell Wilson. Nah.
What happened to Daniel Jones?
He pulled his hammy. He going to miss at least a week.
That's right. Oh.
You over there sound like you got the Rona.
Nah, I just got tested.
Yeah, I know. Rona be gonna.
For the second time I got tested, just to be safe. I'm good, but allergy medication did not come in today.
There you go. CT.
The Hawks, just get it over with.
There you go. So then, as I look over to my right, Greg, I see you got the Hawks. Rory got the chickens, but he'll
Who's
love
that?
the sea chickens.
Oh, the Seahawks? Oh, okay. Don't be disrespectful.
The sea chickens.
I mean, they are the best team in your division, so don't be disrespectful.
It's something y'all would know nothing about ever.
What being the best in the division?
Yes.
Oh no, not for the next 10 at least. I ain't still
that contract.
Well, I got the Hawks. Moms came out and said Zai hates the Niners. All right, Zai. You're a kid. I'm gonna let you be a kid. You don't know yet. But my mom picked the Giants. Interesting. You know what? She's actually have some interesting picks here.
Why?
I don't know why
right.
she's. Yeah, I hope she right, but then I hope she wrong too, because she. Who telling you your picks, Mom? Are you just random?
Well, maybe she. Well, I mean, look, the Giants do have, they have their star running back ready. So who knows?
Okay, Zai picks the Hawks.
Wow.
I'm not gonna do it.
You ain't cool, bro.
Saudi says no Danny Dime, so I'm assuming that Saudi is going with the Hawks as well. Greg comes out and says 6-0 this week. I'm calling it. Only issue is, Greg, that you did not pick the Niners, so you automatically are not going to go 6-0. Saudi, oh yeah, Saudi's a Giants fan. Yeah. Yeah, with everyone else in the NFC West losing or East losing, the Giants the Giants might be in first place in the NFC East at 4-8.
Aren't they right now in first? Because the Redskins lost.
Right now they're first. Yeah.
No, the Redskins won. So the Redskins in first, right?
No, the Giants are in first.
Oh, okay.
The Giants are in first at 4-7 right now. So, that's how the playoff picture looks. And that's all we got for tonight's show, y'all. So we'll be back Sunday night at the conclusion of Sunday Night Football. We'll talk about it. We'll be about it. Juan, please DM Juan. Yeah, Juan, please DM the Field Level Instagram, your address, or if you want to pick up the shirt in Daly City, let us know, because then you can just swing by top of the hill and pick it up so you can get your shirt as well as your cup, because you 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row. So you get a shirt and a cup. So shout out to you. That's all we got for tonight. Any final words, Quan, CT?
Green tea gang, make sure y'all get your sea moss that helps with allergies. I have no sea moss, so I'm waiting on my order to come in. So be safe though.
That's it. CT.
Same game. Be safe. Just to clarify, Sunday or Monday, because the Niner game Monday, right?
Oh, the Niner is Monday. You right. Monday night.
Why the heck would they give y'all a problem? Never mind. Y'all gonna hate me, man.
Oh, I apologize.
Oh, he froze because he was about to be disrespectful towards the Raiders, huh?
He said Apollo, so I'll finish it.
Apologies. God. Yeah, Mom says the no Redskins is the Washington team. I apologize. So yeah, Monday night, Roy. We'll be back Monday night, following the Monday night game that the Niners play. We're gonna get it going, man. We're gonna get it going. So that's it. That's all. If y'all can, man, if you can subscribe, turn on your notifications, tell somebody about it so they can subscribe and turn on the notifications. I'm Pat. That's CT. That's Quan. This is the Field Level, the football podcast of the West Coast. Go.